High above the clouds, where the air is thin and survival is almost impossible, lies the world's tallest peak, Mount Everest, standing at 8,848 meters above sea level. For centuries, this mountain was feared, worshipped, and considered unconquerable. But in 1953, two men changed history forever. This is the story of Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, the first confirmed climbers to reach the summit of Everest. The dream to conquer Everest. The idea of climbing Everest began long before Hillary and Tenzing. In the 1920s, British explorers made several attempts, but none succeeded. Harsh weather, unpredictable avalanches, and the lack of modern climbing equipment made it nearly impossible. Many brave mountaineers lost their lives trying, including George Mallory and Andrew Irvine in 1924, whose mysterious disappearance left the world wondering if they had reached the top. By the early 1950s, technology had improved and a new British expedition was organized under Colonel John Hunt. Among the chosen climbers were a tall New Zealander named Edmund Hillary and a highly experienced Sherpa mountaineer, Tenzing Norgay. The journey begins in the spring of 1953. The team began their dangerous climb. From the very first steps, they faced brutal conditions, towering ice walls, shifting glaciers, and temperatures that could freeze skin in seconds. The climb through the Khumbu icefall was one of the deadliest parts of the journey. Crevasses deep enough to swallow a man whole were hidden beneath fragile ice bridges. But with ropes, ladders, and teamwork, the climbers pushed forward. At altitudes above 8,000 meters, known as the death zone, the human body begins to slowly shut down. Every breath felt like inhaling through a straw. Exhaustion set in quickly, yet Hillary and Tenzing pressed forward, step by step, fueled by determination. The final push, on the morning of May 29, 1953, Hillary and Tenzing made their final attempt to reach the summit. The wind howled around them, and the temperature dropped far below freezing. At one point, Hillary had to carve steps into the steep ice slope with his axe, clearing the way for both men. Tenzing followed closely, carrying only a few supplies, but an unbreakable spirit. Finally, after hours of struggle, they reached the very top of Mount Everest at around 11:30 a.m. For the first time in human history, two men stood on the roof of the world. A moment that changed history. Hillary later recalled seeing nothing but a ridge and then the whole world spread out below us. Tenzing placed the flags of Nepal, the United Nations, the United Kingdom, and India into the snow, symbolizing unity and achievement. For 15 unforgettable minutes, they stood at the highest point on Earth, proud but humble, knowing the risk they had taken. The world reacts. When the news reached the world, it was celebrated as one of the greatest human achievements of the 20th century. Sir Edmund Hillary was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II, while Tenzing Norgay became a national hero in Nepal and across Asia. But both men shared the credit equally, always emphasizing that the climb was a result of teamwork, not individual glory. Legacy today, Mount Everest attracts thousands of climbers from across the globe. While many reach the summit thanks to modern gear and support, the courage of Hillary and Tenzing remains unmatched. They were pioneers, showing humanity that even the tallest mountain could be conquered. Their footsteps remain frozen in history, a reminder that no dream is too high and no challenge is too great if we have the courage to face it. Conclusion. The story of the first climbers on Mount Everest is not just about reaching a peak. It's about pushing the limits of human endurance, about trust, teamwork, and the spirit of adventure. And even today, more than 70 years later, the names Hillary and Tenzing still inspire the world to dream bigger and to climb higher.